About that consistently. Sometimes flashes of brilliance. I thought the pass he made to Terrence Mitchell, he had two guys in his face. The right tackle got beat, the fullback got beat. They ran an inside move. He had turned around, came off the read, found it in a hurry, laid it up with two guys in his face, and made a great throw. I thought he threw the ball relatively accurately. I don't know exactly what his numbers were, 17 for 26. I thought he was fairly accurate standing on the sideline. Unfortunately, the one interception was a poor read, and then I thought there was one play that he could have thrown away when he scrambled rather than take a lost yardage play. A couple, you look at him, he played, 50 plays tonight? 3 plays I'd love to have back. 3 plays I'd love to have back, but I think he's still continuing to grow. But there are a lot of good things out there. There's just some things that we've got to continue to improve on.
Skip. Okay.
Can you talk about having Terrence Mitchell back, both for the punt return game and on offense?
Well, it makes a huge difference. Here, the guy, he had a couple big punt returns tonight, as shifty as he is, and he's catching the ball. They even started just punting the ball away from him. But then, as a wide receiver, to be able to get the ball in his hands, I think he's got a chance to be an impact player, which is one of the reasons that he's up there as the starting Z. We've got some receivers that are playing very well. I think Sterling and Andre have had a great camp. Damari Montgomery got his feet wet today. Dunkley played his first college game tonight. Got some of the jitters off. But I think there's a lot of guys out there that are playing really well. But I think he is really doing some good things for us, and he's an explosive player. And we're going to have to utilize him as we go through the season as an offensive weapon.
Skip, I think you knew you'd be kind of young on offensive line, maybe a little younger with the injuries. How did you think the line held up, given the youth overall?
I thought we were okay. There were way too many breakdowns to say that BJ played 50 plays and had 3 minuses. I think up front as a group we had many more than that. I don't think we were near as consistent up front as we need to be. Having Darrell Williams did not play, came out here. We were hoping the 2.5 days. He practiced on Thursday, a little bit hobbled. Thursday, a little bit hobbled. But we figured 2.5 days of treatment, he ought to be good to go Saturday. Came out here tonight and just didn't feel good about it. So, not being able to play him, I did not play Lawrence Martin and did not play Bradley Battles on purpose. There were a couple things that they were supposed to get done this week and they didn't get them done, and I found that out this morning, and so I didn't put them in the game tonight. And everything from here will go forward, and they'll be out there Monday practicing hard. So even though we were playing with 8 up front, where we've talked about playing 10 and been rolling 2 deep, I did not think it was one of our better efforts as an offensive line.
Talk about the rushing game tonight.
Okay, not what I expected it to be. There were some good individual efforts, but overall, again, I keep talking about that word consistency. Thought there were some times the backs really lowered their shoulders and ran north and south. I thought there were some times that we stop and we're dancing and we're trying to find the 40-yard run instead of just trying the consistency in the 4-yard run. I think we've got to run the ball a little bit more physical than we did, and I think we've got to do a better job up front on the offensive line. But I don't think it was where we needed to be.
A few more for Coach, guys. We got a lot of players in the backfield.
Skip, we didn't see Lamar tonight. Is he another one that could be headed to a red shirt possibly?
I met with Lindsey Lamar about a week ago, and just having 4 running backs right now with Lindsey not in the mix, and having Willie Davis and Bradley Battles and Marcus Shaw and Demetrius Murray and the camp of those guys have had. I think Lindsey is a weapon. He's fast. He can run. A little bit rusty right now, at running back. He hadn't played there in 2 years. Putting him back there, I don't think he's ready to be an every down back there yet. I think he could truly benefit from a redshirt year. I sat down and met with him. Asked him what he would rather do, have the opportunity to put on more weight, feel more comfortable at running back, come back for another year. He would rather do that, which I totally I respect. And right now I just don't feel like I can give him the reps with only 1 football and some of the weapons that we have. I also have talked to him about it's something that we're going to try to do. But an injury or 2 and that red shirt's coming off and he's got to go. And he understands that. We're going to do everything we can to try and do it. But the first it's going to be, we've got an obligation to do what's in the best interest of the team, but we also have an obligation to do what's in the best interest of the young man.
He's good to go with that. He's in favor of that.
That was his choice.
Yeah.
That was his choice and mine. I mean, now, when I went and approached him with it, that's what I wanted to do with him, because I really don't want to burn the year just to burn it. Went to him and asked him, and I think he's more comfortable with that. He realizes that he can get better, understanding the blocking scheme and how he fits and everything else. And he's a little rusty there, but no, he's got an unbelievable attitude. He goes out to practice every day. Like I said, he's gonna practice with us. He's gonna practice to get ready to play, because he's an injury away from saying, let's go, you're on the field.
Coach, do you